Anyway, Dr. April Ritz in the house. How you
Hey.
doing?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good. I guess Christmas
Yeah.
was good for you and your clan of kids.
It was wonderful.
Good deal. You got a few. What was the hot prize this year for Christmas?
Oh, I'd probably say the next playground. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a little box and
Yeah.
it watches your movements and you play games while the kids. So it's kind of like a video game, but it's your full body and you're moving.
Wow.
So it's better than just using your thumbs.
I have not seen that.
That's
one yet.
Yeah, it's pretty
Interesting.
cool. They have workout videos on there too.
Oh, very good.
Bowling, baseball, soccer.
Oh.
It's kind of like
um,
the Wii back in the day,
yeah.
but
Exactly,
even
yes.
more into it. Huh?
It reads your full body, and
Huh.
my kids can fly like birds and hit targets. And
Well, you
yeah,
got talented kids, man, flying like birds. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is good to have you back. We haven't seen you since the new year, and
yes, happy
let's
2026.
let's get
Right.
going here. We want to talk about all kinds of things,
Yeah.
but one of the things you're wanting to talk about is incontinence with kids and stuff. And that is quite a trouble and a hassling thing for kids, and they don't want to be embarrassed and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about that kind of stuff.
Yes, so we see quite a few kids. Dr. Ashley and I in the clinic are the ones that treat the pediatric population. And a lot of times parents are finding out about us from searching on Google, like, what else can I do? Why are my kids still bedwetting? Why are my kids having smears in their underwear at the age of 9, 10, 11? Why are we still, having these leakage issues with sports, things like that? Or my daughter laughs and she's in junior high or high school, but she still pees her pants when she laughs. Or leakage with sporting activities like cheerleading and gymnastics. So it's often a condition that most parents just think their kids are going to eventually outgrow until they don't. And then they're like, we've got to do something about this.
It's got to be a very unpleasant situation.
Oh.
And it's just, I mean, you hear about this when people get older and stuff.
Right.
Your parts start wearing out or whatever and
Yeah.
everything. But it can happen even for kids, can it?
I had a pediatric patient yesterday, and the mom was like, April, I am so glad we started coming. She goes, honestly, though, because they were told about us, she goes, when I was told about you, I'm like, what are they going to do pelvic floor physical therapy with a child, like with my daughter?
Right.
And she's like, now I know so much more. And she's like, I wish I would have known about this years before, because her daughter is 7 and having a lot of different issues that should have been stopped by the age of 4 to 5.
Gotcha.
So
And then there's complications too. I'm thinking with, okay, so whoever, kids or whoever, may think, okay, well, I got to hold it in, don't want any leakage or whatever. And then that can be a problem when you need to use the restroom from holding it in maybe sometimes. It's just a complicated situation.
yes, it is. So it comes down to, are we peeing or are we pooping?
Yeah.
So for bowel movements, I always say a lot of kids I see have dealt with stool withholding. So when they're being potty trained, and I'm just going to throw this out there, our clinic and research is recommending we do not potty train kids before the age of 2,
Okay.
because
Huh.
it leads to more pelvic floor dysfunction later in life.
That makes sense.
Huh.
But so I do see kids for potty training as well. But going back to the holding our pee or holding our poop, we do not want to do. So when we feel the urge to have a bowel movement, we should go with, honestly, immediately, but within the next 5 minutes. Like, we don't want to hold it, because what happens if we hold it, and I'm sure we're all guilty of this, we feel the urge, but then we get busy doing something,
Yeah.
and then the urge goes away.
Right.
Well, I see kids in the clinic with mega rectums, and this is because they've withheld their stool. They
Oh,
don't.
my.
So,
Oh,
parents, if your
yeah.
kids refuse to poop at school, that is a problem.
Oh, I'd say so.
Because then I see these kids who refuse to go to the bathroom, and they stop getting the urge. Their rectum gets so stretched out, and those nerves stop paying attention to the signal, like, I'm stretched.
Okay, doesn't even know.
Exactly. And then these kids have no sensation to have bowel movements, and then they're having smearing in their underwear. They're not, or larger bowel accidents.
Right.
And then when the stool and the rectum is that stretched out, it's putting pressure on the bladder. So that's going to affect bedwetting. That can affect urinary leakage. So ideally, I guess if you're listening and you have grandkids or kids, I really want our kids to have daily bowel movements. And even if they're having a daily bowel movement, they could still be constipated.
Okay.
So if they're going 2, 3, 4 times a day for bowel movements, that could be a sign of constipation. Or if they're having diarrhea, that could be a sign of constipation too, because it's called overflow diarrhea, where there's hard stool in the rectum. So overflow diarrhea, yep. So
Ain't
there's
nobody got time for that.
skid marks. That's a sign of constipation, underlying
Hmm.
issues. Often, a lot of times with kiddos, it's underlying constipation that we have to get managed. And a lot of parents are coming to our clinic because they've just been told, take Miralax. That's what you need to do.
Oh yeah.
But normally, that's not a long term solution that's going to
Sure.
help them. And most kids also have a condition called dysenergic defecation. So when they go to have a bowel movement, their muscles are actually squeezing tight and fighting against that, especially if they've been dealing with long-term constipation. They're holding it in all the time, so their
Yeah.
muscles
Ooh,
are tight
Ooh.
and they can't relax and open those muscles
gotcha.
for the stool to come out well.
Need that squatty potty then, don't
And squatty
Yeah,
potties,
that helps.
all kids need to have their feet supported when they are on the toilet. They should not be dangling.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
no dangles. The only time it's good to hold it is if that rest area is like 15 miles away, and it's like, I think I can. I think I
Yes,
can.
please.
So.
Yes, let's hold it then so we're not having an accident in the car.
Short term.
Yes.
And that goes for everybody. All right. So if moms and dads are having trouble with the bedwetting, they're having
Right.
trouble with going to the bath, all these different issues, they're all connected to the pelvic floor, aren't they?
They are a huge connection to pelvic floor. So people often ask, like, okay, what are you doing during these sessions? So I will say a pediatric child appointment is very different than an adult appointment regarding the pelvic exam itself. So we'll do 2-hour evaluation for all kids, and then depending on the comfortability of the child. Some kids are afraid to even be in medical doctor offices, so we take it very slow. We're not doing a pelvic
Mm.
exam the first visit or even
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever internal for children. Sometimes kids don't even feel comfortable with me looking at
Sure.
that area. So I will have mom or dad look if the child's so comfortable with that. And then I'm teaching the parent what they're looking for.
Oh.
And every once in a while, the child will be okay with a mirror so I can see the angle
Oh,
and see
okay.
what's actually going on with those muscles to
Yeah.
give me a better idea. But we never want kids to leave feeling traumatized.
Sure.
Right.
Because if they leave feeling that way, they're never going to want to come back. They're not going to do their exercises. They're not going to have trust in us and our therapist. We also
Yeah. There
have
you go.
books that we have a lending library at our clinic for all different topics,
Oh,
from
cool.
male pelvic health
yeah.
to women's. But we have children's books, pelvic PT for me. How do you know you need to go? So some kids just do not pay attention to their body of like when they feel the urge to pee or poop, and they're just completely oblivious to it. And the parents are like, I think you need to go pee. Like, I can tell based on your body. And they're like, no,
Mhm.
I'm fine. And then
No,
they
yeah.
do need to go.
And then they go.
So this
Yeah.
is a good book for that. And then we also have exercise cards based on helping kids to feel better, like, and know what's going on in their body. And then another book called Boo Can't Poo.
Oh, come on
So-
now. Open that up. Let's see.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. This
Okay,
has gotta
so
be good.
this
Huh.
we do a lot of education around food and fluid intake. So this one's talking about you need fiber, says his dad. Eat fruits and vegetables. You'll be glad.
Absolutely.
Prunes and
True.
carrots or a mango or pear. One of those will get you there.
Awesome.
Drink some water, Boo's brother says. That makes hard poo soft instead.
Oh, I like it.
So,
Rhyming.
yes, all rhyming. There is a squatty potty in here.
Oh, of
Little
course.
Boo's using a squatty potty.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, I should be creative and write some books around
You
this stuff. But
should.
that's not me. I can't rhyme very
Boo
well.
can't
So
poo. I love that. That's an
Get your editor to do that part.
yes.
that is-
But we try to make it all very kid friendly.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of fun things in the clinic for kids that they like to do. It really doesn't look like when they come in for a session, it's more of just like bowel bladder education and then a lot of movement fun games for kids.
Okay.
But we can get kids to work the right muscles by having fun with exercises.
It's very interesting. And we've come a long way. Because with the last few years that we've done this, and people are like, man, you're talking about all this stuff. It
Yeah.
needs to be talked about because it's a problem with a lot of people.
I mean, we have high school students still wetting the bed that come to the clinic. And the psychological impact that has on, let alone for second graders that are having accidents versus junior high and high school.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're there to help anybody. We don't want anxiety, depression around these issues. A lot of kids are like, I can't do sleepovers. Mom, I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
going to do. I want to go, but I
Well,
can't. I'm
sure.
scared I'm going to have an accident in my sleeping bag or whatever it may be. So yeah, we're there to help the kids, help the parents too. And I will say, if you are a parent with kids dealing with this issue and you've been like shaming your kids or timeout and things like that, I have a lot of parents that come in and they're like, I thought they were doing it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids aren't, I mean, I would say majority of kids are not doing this on
Okay.
purpose. They don't want to
Right.
be having accidents at
I wouldn't
school.
think so.
So don't blame yourself if you've done, the timeouts or taking things away from them. Just seek out the help that they need
Yeah.
to get the full resolution of the problem.
And I like how you come in here and give, a taste of all the good services that you can offer, because this isn't something you talk about with your neighbor or whoever, and maybe not even in your family. You've got to be able to talk to your doctor about that. That's you guys on some of these topics, what age to watch out for and how to do this right, and all this stuff. I know you want to talk about some classes here in a second, but yeah, a big thing is a reassuring information that you can give them that they're not alone. You see people like this all day long, all week long.
We do. And if we're going to talk about ages just real quick, is I ideally by the age of 5, especially
Yeah.
6, kids should not be wetting the bed at all anymore.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. The youngest we'll see in our clinic, I did see like an 8-month-old one time, but it's very let's case specific. I have to run through
Sure.
the case.
Mm-hmm.
Often 2 years, 2 to 3 years and above.
All right. Very
We'll
good.
see.
Well, somebody, like I said, you got some classes coming up. I know you have
Yes.
lots of classes to help out the parents. What you
Good.
got?
So I'll actually be on next week. We'll be talking about the upcoming 4th annual Holistic Health Fair coming
nice.
up end of this
Ah.
month, Saturday, January 24th. That is 9 a.m. to noon, free community event. Save the date for that. Um, Next week, Thursday, I have my menstrual health class for moms and daughters. I did reduce this class. I was going to do it for just the homeschooling community that we're part of now
Yeah.
for $10, but it sold out. So I'm just opening it up to everybody.
Oh, very
$10.
good.
We have a bigger venue now.
Hmm.
That is 5:30 to 7:30 next Thursday. You can register. You can go to our Facebook and find the link to register, or just give our office a call. It's $10 per family. Fantastic for if you don't know how to have those conversations, and we go more in depth on things that could go wrong, what's normal, what's not normal, and treatment strategies. We have at the end of this month, Tuesday, January 27th, Jackie Orner is coming in and doing her breastfeeding basics class.
Okay.
That is often completely covered 100% by insurance, and she has scholarships if it's not. And then coming up February 7th, about a month away, is my 5-hour birth prep class. That is 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I am only offering that 2 to 3 times a year. So if you're having a baby June or before of this year, I would say hit that class February 7th. And we have a few spots left for that, but I do limit that because it's more hands on.
Sure.
So.
Very good. If anybody wants more information, how do they get in touch with you?
You can call our office is the best way, or text us. Our number is 217-705-5077, but you can always follow us on social media at Effingham Pelvic PT, or YouTube, or our website, effinghampelvichealth.com.
They're out there everywhere.
You can
No
find
doubt.
us.
Right
Well,
on.
Dr. April, always a pleasure to have you here, and thanks for what you're doing to try to make people better.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, BD, talk to you on the drive home tonight.
Sounds